Oh my gosh. Am I live? I need to move my cam a little bit. So I see someone already commented. What's up, Runic Sigils? If you're still in the Janjo chat. All dragons, with the exception of Black Rose forms, are ugly. Perhaps. Oh my gosh, it's been a while since I streamed, ain't it? That's for sure. Been a bit. Been a hot minute. Sent a thing out to the peeps. Peeps back home. Yeah, I don't think I streamed in like, gosh, about a year? Around a year? Something like that? Hey, El Savic, what's up? Oh, Jamas. Hey, look, I had to pick something that is like recognizably ugly. Not to say it doesn't have a charm. Because like I like Ojamas. I mean actually, in apparently I can do Q&As now. In like the GX era, like when it was like on air and like up and running and whatnot, um, like I remember building an Ojama deck, and keep in mind that this is when they didn't have stuff like like Ojama Blue or Red or Ojama Country. Like it was like Delta Hurricane, Ojama King lockdown type stuff. Hey, I like cat decks. I haven't played as much as like I would like. That's kind of decks that you kind of need know how to play. Hey, Lex Wolf Shark, what's up? Wolf Shark, deadly. The anime made the Ojamas look less ugly, but not by much. Yeah, like they gave them some personality. Like I can throw one up. I just have Photoshop open just so I can throw like the cards in. Um, do Ojama. Like of the three Ojamas. Which is interesting that two of them were in Invasion of Chaos and one of them was in Dark Crisis. Like, come on. Yeah, you got like better prints of these guys. Look at nothing is consistent here. Rocket Jumper. Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. Like honestly, I kind of dig Ojama Green, maybe because like the way it's like eye shaped, like its upper head, like it's very shapy, I guess. Whereas Ojama Yellow just looks kind of gross with the little alien things, and then Ojama Black is. I mean, he's got the mouth, which is like kind of cool, and the big schnoz. Rocket Jumper. We can bring that guy up. This is Rocket Jumper right here. What are we feeling about this? I mean, yeah, I can kind of see what you're like saying. I mean, you got little dudes around here though. It's kind of cool. I wonder if they're actually monsters or not. Because like that's the real rocket jump. You look at this guy from like afar, you're like, oh, it's just like a missile. But then you look closer, you're like, no, it's like a little dude. It's like a rock dude. I guess that's why he's rock, and not like machine. Right. Never even noticed the guy on Rocket Jumper. Yeah, like that's the dude. Look at, he's got fire in his eyes. Like we can cut this guy out real quick. Get a better like visual. Like Rocket Jumper. Turn these guys out. Bada boom ba doo ba doo ba doo. Like that's Rocket Jumper. And like all his rocket jumping glory. Also, I got a little snack. Yo, does anyone eat Daifuku? Any like Daifuku fans? There's like a black sesame seed one. Love this stuff. Every time I go to like the like H Mart, this like Asian grocery store, like I gotta pick one up. Goblin calligrapher, kind of fake trap. Yeah, there's a lot of like in early Yu-Gi-Oh, especially like the series one art. It's definitely charming, like for sure. But if we're being honest, it's a little rough. I don't like Goblin calligrapher. I mean, they use this guy right for like the memento goblin. Is it the same thing as fake trap? I have a lot of cards just on file. If you haven't noticed, they're similar, but this guy does not have like a horn on him. Right, that's probably like the key thing here. I mean, they're just like purple dudes, right? It's like grimacy. Like it's a goblin. Like what do you want out of a goblin, right? Fiend comedian OCG art. I mean that one. I wouldn't say that's ugly. This thing. And it's HD of HD. Like it's pretty. I think it's pretty sick looking, right? Gotta get some of this rice cake open. It's Daifuku. Yeah, because he's got like the. It's like it's very like energetic almost. Oh my goodness. Because I think the nice thing about like ugly Yu-Gi-Oh cards is that you can really point to like any era, right? Whether it's like modern or like classic era stuff. Ooh, I love just like the weight of this thing. Nothing like eating Daifuku and talking about Yu-Gi-Oh. That's what I say. Shape Snatch, I would say, is more weird than ugly. Like, it is odd, right? I mean, there are shapes. Like, maybe its whole thing is that. Because it does look a little machiny, right? Like, you've got the hands, kind of robot hands and little spikes. And. Like, I think the idea is that it's supposed to be like, like a robotic mimic type thing. That like copies the shape of like a human, but it's like, oh, surprise, it's an android. Hey, Julius, what's up? Welcome back to the first stream in like forever. Look at Worm Beast. Why not? I have a file. Oh, I'm sure it's the Wicked Worm Beast. I'm like, I definitely have a file of Wicked Worm Beast. If I can get image, let's rather do that. Like this guy is scary looking. Got like the worms and like the little suckers, little like tendrils. It was almost like a plant. Like if it wasn't a fiend, I could see this thing be a plant. Oh, so this card's pretty cool. I like to find more reason to talk about him in the OCG, but kind of the only like good time to discuss him in like any format is like Yugi Kaiba. That's like kind of about it. Maybe like I know there are some rescue cat decks in Goat that like might run like a single copy. I feel like if I was running rescue cat in Goat, I probably would run one just because he's like pretty cool. Like it's from Starter Deck Kaiba. Like that's awesome, right? How about Worm Ugly? I don't think I've heard of that one. Don't have a file of that, but I can get one real quick. Worm Ugly. Hey, M Rouch. This is a Worm Ugly. It looks like an alien card. Is this an alien? It's a reptile worm monster. Yeah, aren't the worms like those Yeah, worm is an archetype. I don't know why my head just went completely blank. I'm like, I've talked about them before. I think in my head, like them and like aliens are kind of like similar. Okay, okay, they are the same. I think I've said this before, but I feel like alien should have been like a type, not just like reptile. You know, like have it be like a cool like space theme. Like we got Cybers, you know, we got like illusion. Like alien, like it fits so well. Is Han ugly? No. Actually, question though, is it Han or Hane Hane? I mean, it's very like Series One design, you know, very like interesting, like art direction comparatively to something like Worm Ugly. Like it's literally just like a head with like a flying head and flying hands. It's like a Nintendo boss, right? You see it in like Zelda or like Mario or Kirby. This guy, I mean, this guy would fit right in. Let's bring up a tragedy. Also, that Daifuku. Oh, I love it. It's so good. I mean, this part, like the lady here, I would say that's ugly. It's like they try to replicate like one a human being, but two also them being like frightened in like the shadows. Like this guy looks really cool. I like this dude, like the red moon. But this lady, it's like she's not even looking at it. It's like she's looking at something else. and she just looks very like plasticky. You know, like I don't know if it's like the joints or like the arms or lighting, but something that doesn't feel right. Mr. X. I haven't played all the RE games. I've played four remake, 5, 7, and vicariously played 2. I was with a friend who was like playing through it, and I was like co-streaming with him, so like I didn't play it myself, but like I could probably scrub through like some Series 1 stuff. Like we're just looking at straight up Volume 1. Nothing really like sticks out to me. Volume 2. Because like what is ugly? You know, just like it's bad looking or like Akihiro on here. The rover, no, because it's just like a slime. I can see where you think that though, because like I kind of glimpsed at it. Like this guy's kind of ugly, but it's also like the intent, right? Like it's like the Ojamas, right? They're supposed to look ugly. Like they got it right if that's what they're going for. Behagen, Behegon. You know, Behegon's a classic. I feel like by the time you get to like Volume 4, it gets more like defined. Like this guy is ugly. Toadmaster. Anyone has ever seen Toadmaster? He got freaking sperm in the background and uh, little like frog staff is kind of cool looking. Like this guy's ugly. This guy's ugly. Uguchi. Uguchi is kind of wild looking for sure. Um, you know, see anything too like too horrendous in like Series 1. I mean, a lot of it's just mostly just like the art's kind of weird. You know, like Cyber Soldier here, the art is like a weird like 3D almost. Like it reminds me of like a Pokemon card. You know, when they I actually did a video on the 3D art on my Janjo region channel that I like once in a blue moon. But it definitely has like it's kind of ugly, but it's also in its own like charming way, right? Um, look up DD Crazy Beast. Like it is a very unique art though. That's what kind of makes it stand out. You know, like DD Crazy Beast with this guy like in his mouth is kind of how I eat wings. You know, when you're like you gotta like try and get like the meat off of it. Like, that's how I feel like. Like I feel like this guy's attacking my eating habits. Santa Claus. I have to disagree on that one, but twin long rods. You know, I did kind of consider putting that in the thumbnail, to be honest, because we got two of them. We got the defaultly number 2, and then we got the green one, the numero uno. And like, I think these are in contenders because it's just got like the big mouth and like the sideways eyes. Though obviously, yeah, it's a similar thing where it's, uh, it's supposed to be ugly, right? But like, there's a limit. And I absolutely get like the charm of like Twin Long Rods #2 because it's so silly looking. Like, look at this dude. He's got a penis for a head. That's a that's a penis shape. And then he's got teeth, like like that movie Teeth. Was that oh oh my god, blanking the freaking Transformers lady. You also listen to Tara. Megan Fox. Was that Megan Fox? Or am I thinking of? No, I'm thinking of the other movie. Or she's like a succubus. Not teeth. Oh my gosh. Holy moly, Julius 01 with a $2 donation. Mad Lobster ESP, the original plagiarized, especially the original plagiarized art. You are the man. Thank you. Donations like that, I might have to keep streaming. Yeah, let's get the Mad Lobster, the Crazy Crab, the Killer Crab. It's just kind of funny how they have like plagiarized art, but like by like Cybernetic Revolution. It was this guy, right? Because like the crab claws, I think. Like this kind of feels like Series 1 like aesthetic, doesn't it? Was it like the whole thing or just like no, it wasn't the whole thing. I think it was just like part of like the claws that was plagiarized. Gourmet food renowned by the dark world upper crust. Yeah, he's an upper crust. They should have retrained this guy to make him a dark world card. Dark world like mad with like two D's. Like mad the lobster or like the dish of dark world or like something like that. Come on. Oh, and then we can throw like other like Hungry Burger in that. Because no one's doing anything with that archetype. Did that cheeseburger one didn't come out yet, right? Like a Hungry Burger with cheese, or like Hangry Burger, whatever it's called. I feel like it's not Hangry Burger, but that would have been like the perfect like TCG translated name. Are all of them named after? What is Grapha? Like what color is Grapha? Graphite? Is that a color or is that just like a Also, what's up, Bobby Barrow? Welcome to the stream. There's yeah. Clean this shit off. Come on. Come on. Color. I mean, you're probably right. This guy is. What would be like a color for this guy? Orangi? Okay, technically graphite is a color. Okay. Like red. Mad Lobster of Dark World. And then we'll just like, I don't know. Boom. Minimal effort for the win. Of course, he'd be dark type or dark attribute. Boo. There we go. Now he's dark. Was it the background of this, or because I always thought it was like the claws, the lobster claws. Also, we should get like dark stars. You know, I have ranks. Let's get like dark stars. Where they like start in the middle. Ooh, catter. You know, yeah, that one's pretty. The caterpillar from Volume 4. Like, this is just scary looking. Yeah, I thought it was like the textures of like the lobster itself. This guy's pretty terrifying. It's just like a baby on a caterpillar. It's like, is there something like Japanese lore? Because I know Mayuri from Bleach, like his Bankai is like that. It looks like an AI generated card. I mean, maybe if you like zoom really in on like these things, the claws and the background. I think do I have the other one on here? This is the other one. Yeah, like his claws are pretty different. Um, it's a different background for sure, but it's also like, I mean, it's 100% different like altogether. Just like the way it's drawn too. But like, I feel like it's at least definitely a like texture thing on here because it looks weird, right? Compared to like other cards of Yu-Gi-Oh. Like this is the one you would expect, like by Cybernetic Revolution, not this thing. Like this, it feels off. Like I feel like whoever in like Konami R&D should have, like it should have raised some red flags, more so than our red Mad Lobster of Dark World, of course. This is quite the image. Only on Janjo Live. I'm hoping to do this once a week, on like Wednesdays around this time. The outer entities are all weird. Kind of looks like chicken wings. It kind of does. Or I'd be eating those chicken wings like DD Crazy Beast. Let's see, was it outer entity? Yeah, like Nyarla and like Azathoth. But they're also supposed to look like these almost Magic the Gathering esque, Eldritch, like Cthulhu abominations. Like it's definitely ugly for sure. Like this thing, ugly as sin. And they got Azathoth here. As busted as this card. Like this one looks really cool though. It kind of reminds me of Bongo Bongo from Ocarina of Time. Where there's this like shadow creature that comes from like the ceiling and has these big shadowy hands. But, like, and his head looks pretty cool. I feel like compared to like Nyarla's uglier because it's just a bunch of mouths on a like Bib Fortuna from like Return of the Jedi. Twin-headed Thunder Dragon. I mean that one's right down there, so I don't need to bring that up. If I need to look down to like be like accurate, no. I like the way it looks. I think it looks better in the art than it does on like 3D models. When looking at something like Forbidden Memories, then it starts to look really weird. But I think because they can mess around with like the perspective of it and like the colors and whatnot, I think it works on a card level. But definitely like 3D models, even though a lot of Forbidden Memory models are like were kind of rushed, some were fixed and some are just inherently kind of whatever. Seeing certain cards in a 3D space definitely highlights some design weirdness of them. Because Twin-Headed Thunder Dragon, you expect it to look chunkier and like bigger than it is. Is kind of more, you know, more worm than dragon. Stay hydrated, folks. Hydrated. There's definitely a lot of like early stuff. Gate Deeg. I love Gate Deeg is cool. It's one of my favorites. Early OCG. Like I want to say this guy's ugly. This guy's badass looking. Like we should have got this card in Speed Duels or like a tournament pack or like something. A world championship pack. I don't know. I'm just shocked we didn't get this guy because this guy also got the recolor in was a Ghoul with an Appetite. Like he's just opening his belly. There's a bunch of like trapped demons. Maybe like goblins. It might be Goblin Calligrapher and like Ryukushin in there or something. Necro Lord, Time Lord, whatever it's called. The Durdick. Durdick is, you could make the argument. It was a Volume 1 card. Yeah, Volume 1. Deathfoot is just a foot with an eye. It feels rather uninspired. Like there might be like some lore thing behind it, some like Japanese thing. But like just looking at the card, it is just like I think what makes it gross is just these like hair strands like coming out of the eye itself, because like this like connects to it, with everything. But then you got these it's just hairy looking. Like hair where it's not supposed to be. Like that's kind of gross. And if he starts crying, then you got wet hair. Like they're not, like, are they eyelashes? Are they eyelashes? Wow Warrior. Wow Warrior's pretty cool. That's TP1? Yeah. I'm the king of the trivia. This guy looks pretty cool. I mean, it does have that like Series 1 strangeness to it, but like I don't know, it's like it's kind of built. It kind of looks like if this thing was giant, it would fight like Gamera, They could have added some more color to it, like maybe make its hair fins different or like its trident thing a little more like pronounced, because it's really just green and a little bit of like that tan yellow color, and like got a little bit of red on it. He's got red lips for smooching. Likes to smooch. Mwah, 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 mwah. Wow. Wow, you calling me ugly? Who you calling ugly? Ugly. It's me, Wow Warrior. I got 1250 attack. What do you want to do about it? Want to fight? And this has been my TED Talks. A fish, you don't say, with arms, legs, and some very sharp teeth. It's funny, I was like, oh, it's got arms and legs. Like, that's the most thing. But the teeth, those are very sharp. Even though his hands look pretty sharp, too. Being honest, he's got a big fin. Like, look at this. Like, if we, like, extend this. Can I just rasterize? Like, its fin is like probably something like that, right? Like, let's say it reaches out like all the way here. Ooh, 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 ooh. Like something like that. What am I doing with my life? It looks like he's pooping. Like, let's make a big fin, and it looks like he's just like he just went in the ocean and it just started dispersing everywhere. Horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. We need a format with just normal monsters. The uglier, the more swap points you get. The winners want the most swag points. When one person's LP hits 0. Like a style archetype would be kind of interesting. Um, they have like cards that make them pose, like the Ginyu Force or like JoJo's. I think a normal only format. I mean, that's essentially like early series 1, right up to, oh, what was it? Booster 3 that introduced Flip Monsters. Volume 3. Something like that. Wow. Wow, warrior. Cuz I feel like most of the ugly cards are ones that are in just regular packs that you probably just don't think too much about. Kind of like Rocket Jumper is a good example of that, right? Because I feel like people like definitely know stuff like Gate Dig and Ojama and like Twin Long Rods. Just they're a little more like on the silly side. Mad Gun Jin, like it looks so okay. So this card, it looks cool in like for everything it's going for, but it's definitely ugly in its, I think, just overall design because it is just it's a very messy design. There's just a lot going on, which I think looks good comparatively to some other Series 1 cards, right? Like those like crab ones or like Hito Denchak. Um, we got like 3 snakes and they each have like a ball in their mouth. They're about to play skee ball. Like, oh no, snakes, but it's like, I can't bite you because I got this thing in my mouth. I can't do anything about it. So that thing is useless. This guy doesn't have any legs, just got arms, like Komori Dragon. And he has these like tubes. He's got these like Twizzlers. These like cherry pulled Twizzlers, which are the best Twizzlers, by the way. Like the cherry pull ones. Tell me when I'm telling lies. But I like to think they like have this like sonic boom connected to his mouth. Like it's a big speaker. And he's got these like eyes that are like crosshairs. This one looks like the Smash logo. Mad Gun Jin and Smash confirmed. Da 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 da. Everyone's here. Um, every design's here apparently. But I think the colors are good, and it is visually interesting. But design, it is messy and a bit ugly. I will concede on that argument. He's also got this like weird fleshy thing back here. Like, ew. Like what is this? What is going on? man throw fo. Man throw trope. Hey, Fighting Game, what's up? Yu-Gi-Oh has announced a partnership with Lego on their page. Yeah, I saw. That's pretty cool. I don't know what we're gonna get with that. Um, didn't they announce like there's some like Lego Orient? Like it's not quite Lego, but there's something that they're doing with like Blue Eyes, Red Eyes, and Dark Magician Girl, like some like pixely type thing. Like I haven't had any Lego since I was a kid. Like there's a lot that I really like. Don't start me in this Lego rabbit hole because I will jump on that. Hey, maybe that's next stream. We talk about Yu-Gi-Oh and Lego. This guy's pretty ugly, not just because Ojama Yellow's in it. Are you collecting modern cards? Uh, do you specifically mean just like collecting stuff or like building decks? Maggun's attack animation duels with the roses. Shakes the snakes. Shoot lasers from the spheres. So that's just so messy. Like I think the spheres should glow. Like these things should glow, and then like it like charges up these like tubes in the light, and he shoots a beam out of the mouth. Like that's what he should do. I mean this guy's ugly. Like we were talking about, this guy's just a big ball of pink muscle, and he's got derpy eyes, and he's missing teeth. Like this dude's missing teeth. Like look at me. Look at this. Look at it. No, what? No, I want you to copy this guy. Look at my teeth. He's got teeth. And we're gonna like grab these two, and we're gonna make another thing up here, and these. I'm firing my laser. Blarg. We're just gonna to create the illusion. I'm. Oh, what did I do? He's firing his laser. I'm hip with the internet memes. Still waiting on Lego Marvel's. Is that a thing or no? It's definitely improved. Hey, El Cheshire, what's up? I'm just making myself laugh. But also, to answer your question earlier, I do collect modern stuff. Not like a ton of modern stuff. If there's something like generically decent, I'll try and pick it up, or something that may look cool for me, or if there's like very few like decks like I build. I like to build more. I just don't have any friends that like play modern stuff, and I never go to locals. Oh, yeah, this guy's silly. Talking about Abaki. Abaki looks cool. This guy I think actually has a low key neat design. Cyberdark Impact. This is big ogre. Someone get that face out of his face. Like this guy is like big. Like he's imposing. Got some like Kaido energy. Right? Like giant gaping mouth, big whatever you call that. Yeah, I mean, I generally collect like a lot of stuff. I mean, there's a lot of decks I like. That's since I'll just collect like get a deck just to get a deck. A club, a spiked club. I currently bought a fine years at honestly years of like waiting for like a decent price, but I recently picked up a playset, and it's not modern, um, but it's compared to like goat format, um, a playset of the secret rare Cosmo Dark Destroyers, because it's kind of like the only good rarity I feel in that card. At this point, let's just make all these cards even uglier. Just get me the lips. Give me a little bit of this, a little bit of Monica in my life. I mean, is this an improvement or is this an improvement? Let's. No, you're making it worse. The illusion. This stream is just gonna be me just like shoddily photoshopping Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I'm all here for it. God, I wish they brought back speed duels. I actually want to collect more speed duel stuff. Like, I think the QCR stuff is like really cool looking. It's not like, the end all be all. Like, if one's like real expensive, I'm just gonna like whatever. But like, I do have a chunk of QCRs kind of more recently. I'm not a fan of like the platinum rare. I think those kind of look tacky, but like the QCRs I think look really good. Like I have some like Moki Mokis and like needleworms. I recently at my local car shop just the other day I picked up a Necro Valley just to have. No, I think Speed Duel foils are severely underrated, honestly. I think the Carsox is better personally. I mean, I could be wrong. Um, but I think because they are produced like in America, like we get like first dibs. It's kind of like how OCG prints are a lot better than like general TCG prints. I think Speedos are like printed in America. Yeah, because it's like an American thing. Like the secret rares are really cool looking. Even like some of the ultras. Like just recently for my deck profiles, I I picked up playset of the ultra rare Mask of Darkness and ultra rare Magician of Faith because I'm not picking up those like champion pack supers because they're way too expensive, and I do not like the Duelist Saga, like the horizontal ultra rares. Like, I'm not a fan of those. So like Speedo's like the next best thing, and they look pretty clean. Like, yeah, they have the watermarks on them, but like they're not too bad. Like they're really not. Like I have like secret dark magicians and secret summon skulls and dark magician girl. Like a lot of cool stuff. I don't necessarily even need like the secret stuff, but I think now that Speed Duel is over, I think now is a good time for me to collect them because it's just like we know what there is, right? And it's not really expensive or anything because they're not no one's supporting it. Even though some of the secret rares, can be up there in price. I don't plan on getting like all the secret rares and whatnot. Wish we got Ninja Grandmaster and Swordsman level 2. I mean that would be cool. I just wish we got more OCG imports. Okay, only the last few sets we got. Still, like generally, like it was like a Western, like hemisphere type thing. Yeah, no, I don't think like yeah. I would prefer if they didn't have the watermark. At the very least, I think they should have just had like the little text on them. Like little text like down here. Um, and not have a thing right because like I don't. It feels a little silly. Like if you just had something right here or, um, like here, like on the bottom or somewhere, that would have been fine. But like don't like it's not too bad, right? Like it's not you don't see it like too terribly much. Um, but check out someone like the higher rarity stuff in Speed Duel. Like it's just very clean looking. Like all things considered. Yeah, I could see where you think they look a little cheap. Um, but I don't know. I guess it's like the way the cards are because I think it's just because they feel different. Like makes it feel like a knockoff because it's not like the normal cards, right? And not just like it feels different because it's probably printed just a different way. That might be more of just like a mindset, like affecting the type of thing. But like in sleeves, like they feel fine. Like I have two decks roughly built. I'm still waiting on some other cards to get like more optimal build stuff. Um, but just to, like play with someone, I put together a Moki Moki deck because that's really fun, and a slimy slimy disposition. Is that the one? The one that summons like humanoid worm drake. Actually, for a while, I was playing like when I would used to go to Speedo locals. I was playing the Dark Scorpion deck. I'm a big fan of that one. Yeah, secret rares look real good. Honestly, I don't mind the like. I mean, secret rare is one of my favorite rarities. Um, so like even like the modern stuff like I like, but Speedle definitely I think they do look better. I think they have a better um way of like layering the cards, which I feel like a lot of modern secret rares kind of fail on. Which is why you look at stuff from like the DM era and especially GX era, and it looks like those kind of pop out. Gosh, those GX era secrets and like or the GX era alties. I mean, I'm talking about alties, right? But still, like yeah, it depends on like where they have like it's kind of the both. It's kind of both, right? For secrets and alties, it's how it's like the foiling is like layered on the card. Can kind of make or break it. Do you pull off mustering and speed duels? I don't think mustering is in the speed duels, but essentially you have like your skill card, like the Dark Scorpion gang is essentially that, but just better. Uh, where you can get out like all your Dark Scorpions pretty well. You do need like certain, like Don's Luke is like the oil for the deck, right? He gets things going. Um, but like you can even play Gorg, like you can play all of them. While you can't have them all out at the same time because three monster zones, you usually have the one that you need out, and it can really like ramp up like advantages, and it's just so cool playing like it, because I love Dark Scorpion since like they first came out in Dark Crisis. Uh, so it's just really cool being able to actually like, play them in like a real sense. This is also why I really love the Nightmare Sonic Blast deck, like the Serpent Night Dragon one. Um, I think it's one of my earliest videos on since when I started doing Yu-Gi-Oh content was like like on Speedles and stuff, and I remember I did one of like why I love Speedles, and like that was the reason because it like rejuvenates all these like more obscure decks and archetypes and cards, and really makes something out of them that we don't always see nowadays. Like we did get a retrans Serpent Night Dragon, but it's kind of a more like generic thing. Like if you're running like a casual like dragon or like red eyes deck, you could probably run it in, but it's separate. Or like like modern archetype stuff, right? Like Horus is nothing like the level version. Nephthys terrible, but then you got like really cool stuff like Armed Dragon, an ABC or XYZ. I guess got like support like retrains kind of recently, which I should probably pick that stuff up because they're releasing new Magnet support recently too in the Burst Protocol. So that should be a thing I should pick up at some point. Hey, what's up, Domperinian? Maybe I pronounced that right. Yeah, this is one ugly red ogre. Look, surprise! It's actually just a mask. Ugly as sin. Oh, that's really. I think they were in like a lot of the gold sets, which is probably a good way to like pick them all up. I remember back in the day, I didn't realize that Don's Luke wasn't in Dark Crisis because like all of them were like not all, but a lot of them were in Dark Crisis. Like yeah, like a couple like Magician's Force, but for some reason I thought it was in Dark Crisis, so I kept getting Dark Crisis packs and got so many like terrible Archfiend cards. But I never got Pandemonium. So not only did I not get Don's Luke, which I was 100% not getting, but I was also getting all these other cards that I couldn't really use. Like so many Deathstroke Archfiends. Honestly, we should have some Dungeon Dice stuff in Speed Duels. This just turned into a Speed Duels video. Like speaking of Speed Duel, I'm just this is one OCG import. This guy is kind of ugly. A lot going on here. Got like Darkfire Dragon and his head's like on a ball, and has that like series one shading, I guess you can call it. Like it has that series one like neatness to it, but it is at the same time it is kind of like wonky, a little bit, a little wonky. Ooh, a blatant night tin. Okay, so that would have been the 2004 tin. And I don't remember which sets that comes with, like which packs it comes with specifically, but Blade Knight was 2004 for the collectible tins. So what came in that one? Doing some research. Collectible tins, 2004. In North America, came with Pharaonic Guardian, which would have included Don Zalug, Magician's Force, which I believe includes Cliff, the Trap Remover, Dark Crisis, which is like the other three, Meanie, Gorg, and Chick the Yellow, I want to say. Or is Chick also Magician's Force? Invasion Chaos and Ancient Sanctuary. Okay, so you would be able to get all of them. So that's pretty sick, honestly. Okay, yeah, Magician Force has Cliff. Is it Dark Crisis as the rest of the other three? Yes, I was correct. Haha. I can sleep tonight. Man, those 2004 collectible tins are like pretty cool. Like those. Let me see if I can find some other ugly cards. Let's look at like LOB. I don't know if it qualifies as ugly, but Necroface. Okay, I can see that. I mean, I feel like ugly, gross, scary, like all that stuff kind of, it's like similar. I believe I played this guy in, I want to say Tunes. Like I had a Tune deck, bit ago, like the 2010s. And I'm pretty sure I ran Necroface because like Toon Kingdom did a lot of banishing. It's very like Bakuri, right? Best pool is Demock. Oh yeah, and in Invasion Chaos, yeah, that would have been a really cool pool. Yeah, it's just like it's this like baby doll face made of some sort of like ceramic, but it's just being bust open by some sort of fleshy creature. Like I'm also surprised, like it's a zombie because it feels like it's more in line with fiend monsters because that's kind of Bakura's whole thing, right? Like or fiends. Um, so seeing like a zombie is interesting. I never quite noticed that. Um, but it's a real fleshy card. Doesn't have an ugly artwork, but there's a card called Mucus Yolk. Sounds disgusting. I mean, is disgusting ugly? Like this thing, it's a big sack of ugh. Also, I'm happy y'all are here because it's my first time streaming like a year, about maybe not quite a year, but pretty close to a year. So it's nice that y'all didn't forget about little old me. I mean, it's ugly in terms of it's very simple. It's literally just like a donut. Like I could make this. Here, let's throw this over here. Um, are there like special? Is there like a special donut shape in Photoshop? or like was it a rhombus? I think it's called, like the actual term. Okay, so it has like a dark little thing. It'd be like pretty thick. Yeah, pretty thick. And then I think we're gonna have another one here, but this one is gonna be more like this. Oh, I don't like that. Why does it do that? Something like that, and then there's like a little bit of Monica in my life. Throw it down here. We're just gonna be real sloppy jalopy with this. And then this one, actually, we're gonna do this. Throw it in a little group here. There had another like pink drop shadow to it. Bada boom. There. I made mucus yolk. Just noticed winged minion for the first time. Oh yeah, that's what says winged minion? Winged minion is that ancient sanctuary or like soul to duel it? I feel like it's one of those like series 4 cards. Uh Legacy of Darkness. I was not right at all. This guy kind of has like the Goblin Calligrapher kind of look. Except he has wings and he has like a big gaping chin mouth. I don't like his pose either. I don't like his pose. It's gonna be straight. It's pretty ugly. It's pretty ugly. Like I think this is a good balance of like ugliness, right? Like it's going for something like freaky, but it's still ugly, but it's not like charming ugly. Like an Ojama or a twin long rods, right? Because like Caterpillar looks a little more like scary. I feel like Manthroptro is like kind of up there, and like that's just like an ugly card. Like this one, you look at it, like this is just ugly to look at. Captures the essence of le ugly, essence of le ugly. Like think of like if this guy was in a pie eating contest, he would destroy it because his mouth is already like down, right? He's already just like pie mode. You just eat the whole thing. He's got the wings, so he can like hover right over that pie. You know, don't get me in a pie eating contest with that guy. I've only been in a pie eating contest once in my life. Fun fact: it was circa. Gosh, when was this? I want to say like 2016 ish. Except my hands were had to be tied behind our backs, um, because I would have been too unstoppable, of course. But we had to eat, I believe it was blueberry pie, and God, the hard part was the crust. Like, there's a lot of crust on that thing, and that's just like dry crust. I definitely blew all over my face. I blew myself. Cat shaped eyes, a little bit. We have fun with this guy's head. I like having fun with the heads. It makes me a happy. Get all. Hello. And then have this be a little hard. Have it be like something like this. The trick question is what's the most beautiful card? Depends on your definition of beauty. Look at this wing minion. How about that? Get a load of this. This is my art showcase. Most beautiful card. Yeah, I guess it depends on what exactly do you mean by beautiful. Because I think that's like a whole can of worms too. It's like not only a beauty, but like, I feel like a rarity um, can affect a card's beauty. Right? Like you could even say like a certain rarity is like could make a card uglier, right? If it's there's just like some sort of secret foil that just goes over the entire card where you can't see it, like Soul Transition is an example where it's just like it is all foil. Jinzo is like a beautiful card. Okay, I mean it's a cool design. Like, do I have a copy of like Soul Transition in my file? I do. Like this is Soul Transition um, from what's CC Secrets of Eternity. Like I like the cards. It's a good card. It's all a little bit of play, but like if you're like you open a pack and it's like what like this big, like yay big or so, like tell me you know what that is. Soul Release, yeah, that's a pretty beautiful card. That's a card that should probably have a secret rare. Is it a secret rare? I feel like it is. No, just supers. Not even an ultra. That card needs a secret rare. Someone should get on that. There is a normal parallel rare, and there is a gold rare in the OCG. So I feel like OCG cards, you might want to like the gold rare one looks pretty cool. But like I would say the secret rare on this makes you could argue that this is ugly because of the rarity. I only have it in unlimited for now, but one day I'll have $500. How expensive is like a first ed Pharaoh servant Jinzo? Can't be $500. I guess unless you're getting like near mint like PSA 10 type thing. I think like Honest is another like beautiful card. Um, I mean just cards like I like the art of like Necro Valley. You know, I could say. Um, if you have a waifu card, if that's like your jam, your frog the jam, like it could be one. I could bring up Soul Release. I feel like people are gonna like skipping through the stream and be like, "Wait, why is Soul Release a an ugly card?" Soul Transition, and I don't have a copy of Soul Release on file. Or no, because I spell it wrong. I'm like, I surely do. Don't call me Shirley. If this card needs a secret rare, like for sure, like the rainbow and everything. I will say one of my favorite cards from an art perspective, though, that I would love a secret rare of, and it's kind of similar, with like this whole like kind of rainbowy type thing. invigoration. Just like the rainbow sunburst of this is so beautiful. Honestly, I feel like gun to my head if I if I had to pick something roughly off the top of my head of like a most beautiful card, I might argue it's this one. 550 USD for first ed, plus American to okay. It might be, but I feel like Change of Heart is like definitely up there with like one of the most beautiful Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Hey Aegis, have you seen Dark Plant? Dark. Oh, it's the other Abyss Flower. This guy looks like he's on something. Like, yeah, dude, what's up? What's up? What's that? I feel like just looking up Jinzo real quick for that. Look up Jinzo. Just purely off of like a TCG player. Pharaoh Servant Secret. I believe the secret I have is like a European copy. If you're looking near mint, it's $54, but that's unlimited. First edition. Oh boy, yeah, that's like $500. Goodness gracious. I'll jump in jalapeno. Yeah, 500, 500, 500, and another like 700 as a PSA 7. Jesus, tap dancing roses on Moses. I had a friend that was like working on a painting I asked him to do of Change Heart like just for fun, and he was being really slow. And it's been years, so I don't think he's working on it anymore. So I don't think I'm getting that, and I'm a little sad. This guy's in Paper Mario. Actually, reminds me of that one Heartless from Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, because that one specifically had like a flower Heartless. I think it has a cool look. I honestly I think that kind of has a sort of iconic look in a way. So it's just like a face on a flower. These like vines and it's dark. I don't know. I mean, like maybe it looks better than like Abyss Flower. I feel like Abyss Flower is the one like I normally go to because it just has like a darker look and you get a better angle of everything. So maybe it's just a matter of like perspective, right? Maybe like perspective, a little bit of color. Zombow Wow. I don't have that on file. I mean, I don't have every single card downloaded. Or Zombow Wow. Yeah, Zombow Wow. Number Hunters. Okay, let me save this real quick and throw it up here. The most beautiful, the goodest of boys. This looks like is this not a fluffle? It's like it's seemingly not a fluffle, but it looks like a fluffle slash fright fur card. Laughing Flowers in Forever. I've only played the first Paper Mario. And I played like a chunk of Super Paper Mario when it came out. I mean, there's a lot of good cards. Like Shiba Warrior Taro. Yeah, Outstanding Dog Marin. Like, I mean, this guy's just adorable. I do agree on that. Hey, it's 109 the Gamer. What's up? Thoughts on Uguchi? Let's bring him up. Someone mentioned him earlier, but we didn't really talk about it. Like, this guy's pretty ugly. I don't even know what it is. It's an Uguchi, I guess. Like, it looks like a fast food mascot, right? Like, come on down to Taco Bell. We got tacos, burritos, and other smells. You know. Yeah, that's my Taco Bell jingle. Just made it up. Large mouth. Okay. Big mouth for you. Yeah, 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 yeah. Look at that big mouth. Ow, ow, You know, he may attack your life points directly. So you know, be careful about that because he'll get you. He'll get you. Trap eater. I don't think anyone wants to say trap eater. I don't know that top of my head. Oh yeah. I've seen this guy. It's kind of similar, right? It's just like Uguchi, but like just the head. I feel like I've seen him like in a deck or two. Like this guy's seen play, right? Cannot be special unless if anyone face of trap prone controls of the graveyard. Like it's good like anti trap card. Uguchi is my Ugowata Uguachi. Is the game I'm playing right now. Oh nice. He's gonna stall player. I mean direct attackers are good for that. Like Jinzo number 7. A little bit of Jinzo in my life. Yeah, this guy is just big head. He got little feet or whatever those are. Crimson Crisis print. I would say Uguchi's like up there. I think usually like the weird, like something off-putting about it with like the weird eyes, kind of like Manthotro. Is like what? What is this guy? What is this guy doing? Get out of here! Get out of here! Gate D. We did talk about Gate D earlier. Like way down here. Drag him up from the Black Lagoon. Like, get in my belly. I'm top of the food chain. I never knew Inferno has a mouthful of skulls and a speed duel copy. Is Inferno and speed duels is kind of funny. Inferno! Any Killer Instinct fans? Yeah, that's pretty cool. Like, this guy has a cool look. This guy's definitely not ugly, but I could definitely see where you wouldn't notice the skulls. A lot of times you'll see a card and you're like, oh, I never knew that detail. You know, especially cards like you spent so much of your life kind of just looking at it in like a small form that you always just assumed that there was like either one way or something that just wasn't there, so you don't really think twice about it. The one that I always bring up is this card right here, Umiruka. For the longest time, I thought it was just like icebergs, but it's actually just like a sunny beach with like a dolphin and like waves. Yeah, Skull Servant. I heard he's trouble in swarms. I mean, it's kind of goofy looking. I mean, it's just like it's a skeleton in a robe. Like, it doesn't really even need the robe. like, it's like you're just a skeleton, my dude. Oh yeah. I think I brought it up in my Dark Duel Stories review. I believe. Let me see if I can find that. Not the video, but I know I have like I'm sure I have like the image of it. It's either in here. No, it's in my other set our folder video game, Dark Duel Stories. I know how the file of it. Yeah, this. Yeah, the one with like the yuck face. Yuck. Yuck. Yeah, that guy. it's just it's just overbite Skull Servant. Like, you ever seen that video of the shark that you just hear like go with like the big shark with a big overbite thing. I mean, I can see why they made it a little bit more human, but like I think it would be cool if they had like if they gave it more of like a pronounced like skull, look. Right, like if we just did some like very rough cleanup here. And then we take this. I mean, it's like shrink it down like a little bit, like a wee bit. And then we do some very rough, like kind of like that. Like if you zoom out enough, like if you zoom out enough, it looks roughly what you might imagine like Dark Duel Stories looking. Give him a mustache. You guys are crazy. You guys are insane tonight. Actually, no. There's a. If we do a, what would be these? I think triangle, but with like rough. Or no, if you do something like this, take that, make this black. Something like that. We duplicate it. We flip it this way, rotate it slightly, so it matches kind of something like that. There should be like a little space between, because I feel like he would have a little space. Something like that. It was a little hard to tell, like, zoomed out. Yes, master. I hear the grass is greener on the other side. I'm talking like Igor out here. Yeah, maybe if it was like brown. Got a brown right here. Yeah. It's the Skull Servant Master. Necrolancer Time Lord? Yeah, that one's kind of weird too. I do. Oh, okay, I have a starter box copy. I'm like, how do I have a copy of this guy? He's kind of like he's weird, very like skin like thin looking. Just the way he's like at like a angle, like he's used to fitting in suitcases. I take it like this is probably like a big suitcase or like a jar of greed or something. Fire ass and dig break. Yeah, I think those are pretty oogly boogly. Like Firegrass. Not even a fire. Get out of here. It's living vase. Like this one, like it looks like I feel like this is more like the silly bad. I would say. Like maybe if they lean more, like the background should have been red, right? Like this is the wrong background for this guy. As I'm going to see what this roughly may look like. Okay, so we're gonna do this. And this, we're gonna add a little hue, make this into like a clipping mask, so it'll affect everything else. Yeah, maybe like a. I feel like no, it can't be orange because he's already like orange. Maybe like a yellow, probably like a red, like something like that. I feel like he should look more like. Hey, what's up, budget PC gaming? For me, the ugliest is Humpty Crumpty. Is that a card? Um, most of Merrick's monsters trying to get out ugly, try to out ugly each other. I mean, yeah, but they're also like freaky, like BDSM monsters, right? Um, was it Dig Break? Is that like the bird? Oh, this thing is kind of blah. This thing is pretty ugly, for sure. This beast coils like a snake and strikes quickly with its snapping beak. Nook, 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 nook. Yeah, that's like dig break. It's just like a weird bird snake. Ugh. Yeah, this is definitely up there. Giant germ. I feel like giant germ reminds me of like mucus yolk, kind of. Yes, we did talk about the long rods earlier, the long boys. I mean, germs are gross. I guess ugly in the sense that like germs are you know by some semblance of like the word. They're just pretty big. I guess that's why it's called giant germ as opposed to regular size germ. Hump. There's a good chance I don't have that on file, and I do not. Let me look up Humpty Grump. Like that sounds fake. Oh my gosh, from World Superstars 2015. This thing is it's bad and ugly. Oh my gosh. So this is Humpty Grumpty. Humpty Grumpty sat on a wall because he was definitely not going in my deck. Like it looks like a weird like Ojama, right? Like an Ojama white. If there wasn't like Ojama King. Maybe like Ojama Silver or like Ojama Gray type thing. Like it has like a neat effect where it can it can set itself. Um but it needs a better I don't know, I feel like it needs a better effect than that. Because like my first gut reaction, like, oh, this is like a cool little like sub terror thing, and then you read the second part, and you're like, no, this is a little poo poo. But like the art's cool though. I do actually like the art because you have like the egg thing, but it looks kind of demonic and like the just the weird blue crystals and like the haze in the back. Like I think art wise, it's kind of like a Baki, where I think like the general design is pretty cool. At least my own personal tastes. Which I know it's not everyone's, but for me, for my money's worth, for my money's worth, Squirtle's the best Pokemon because he's got the water blast attack. Oh, I make myself laugh too much. Humpty Grumpty. You're killing me. Killing me. Apparently there's like another one. When I was like searching it up, there's Humpty Dandy. Is that like kind of near it? Oh, redirected. Is that? Oh, Humpty Dandy is its Japanese name. Humpty Dandy. Humpty Grumpty is. I think Humpty Grumpty is better. Yeah, like it's not. Like I think the idea of one of those like reflippers, that has like an attack thing is cool. But honestly, I would prefer if this thing just had like a little more attack and a little less attack gain, right? Like maybe not 1400, maybe if it was, you know, like 17 with like a 300 boost to like to 2K. Like that seems a bit more fair. But like, like if this guy was in goat format, because like eight, having what 2200 attack after like a flip, just for like a quick attack. But then like you can't like put him back down, and it's only until the end of the turn. Like Guardian Sphinx is really cool. I like Guardian Sphinx. Just constantly bouncing everything. They also had that retrain Pharaonic Guardian Sphinx. I don't think saw like any scent of play. Um, but I did pick up a copy because it's really cool looking. And it's also like it's in reference to like the pack. Like, oh, I love that. Like that was made for me. That was made for me. Yeah, Storing Mirror Force. I need to get some. I've been trying to get some secret rare copies of Blazing Mirror Force, but I can't. Like the place I like my local place never has them in. Yeah, let me bring it up. Little bit of Monica in my life, a little bit of Guardian Sphinx. Yeah, this is Pharaonic Guardian Sphinx. Might be usable in Goat. There are better cards. I feel like that happens with a lot of cards that you could theorize like in Goat. Like Goat already has like a pretty strong, like contenders for like cards. But like who's to say like Pac Man? Because Pac Man's already like more of control and like willing down resources. Like they don't really care that much for attacking, and the attacks they do get in, it's like it's good. Like they don't really need like a strong attacker. But yeah, this was released. I believe this was 2022. I mean, it's the pack. Yeah, there's like a reflip thing. Shuffle all monster opponent controls into the deck. This card and its owner's control is destroyed by opponent's card. You special summon one level 5 rock monster from your hand or deck and face down defense position. So it's pretty cool. It's just like getting this guy out might be like a pain in the butt. They have, yeah. Like we got that like Serpent Knight Dragon one, yeah, the Mikazuka no Yaiba one. A lot of like weird like one-off retrains, which I'm all here for. Um, oh yeah, I was thinking of another bad archetype that they try to like give one. Now Sayaryu, that's the Starry Night one. Like that ain't it, Chief. Um, there might be like a list of like retrains, like on like one of the Yugi Wikias or something. I never understood why they errata cards when they can retrain them. It errating is kind of like a wide spectrum of like erratas, right? Some are just like basic card text. Some are like functional. Some are kind of functional, but it's also more in line to what the card's like supposed to do. Um, you know, I think they I'm fine with functional erratas, but I don't think they should stop printing like the original versions. You know what I mean? Like still have Ring of Destruction and still have like Chaos Emperor, but I understand why they would want to kind of like change it. Hey, Lead Lover, what's up? What's going on? Yeah, like Chaos Emperor Dragon. Like, there's no way they would have just returned that card the way it was. Um, but other cards like Ring of Destruction and Crush Card Virus, it did see use even after it got their functional errata. Uh, Burning Abyss, very much like those cards. So like in Sangan and Witch, like yeah, it's not as good as it was, but it allows people to actually like play the cards in some fashion. And you see it with Sangan on occasion with certain stuff with like Tour Guide. Um, but then like you also have like stuff like this has been going on since like Series 2 Yu-Gi-Oh, like the OCG, right? Um, hair. Um, big example would have been the Gate Guardian pieces. Originally had a different effect on release. And other cards that essentially got functional erratas to to specify their effects, even though technically like it worked the way it was before. Would have been stuff like Sangan, Witch of the Black Forest, Soul Release was another one. Cards that like people misinterpreted because of their text. You could argue those are functional erratas in a way. Um, I like how Kaiushin retrains basically. Oh, the freak! Yeah, I love that all those like that Kaiushin, yeah, the Kaiushin deck, like the whatever it's specifically called. Like that deck's really cool. I like that one. Yeah, it's essentially just because like retrains has always happened. It's the severity of the retrain. I think is like the big thing. Um, like I'm just trying to look at it from like a positive thing where it's like I see why they're doing it, but they should still like print like original like effective versions. Like they should have a little thing like let's say for sake of this argument, if I just bring up a crush card virus that I probably what's a card that I definitely have an errata. Chaos Emperor I definitely have an errata one because I used it in a recent. So the jump promo I believe was the first errata for it. Yeah. So like you know how Speed Duels has like the little like text here. If this one had like a little thing that was in like Times New Roman or whatever font they want, like something like that, you know. Someone's actually talking about Soul Release as like a pretty card. We are actually talking about it earlier. We have it yeah, down here actually. Yeah, if they had like something that specifies the card, or if they like want to keep it as is and have like the original one as like original effect. Yeah, just so because I think that's a problem with like when going back to like old formats where people aren't as familiar with, and they're like, "Does this work? How does this work?" 'Cause, it goes back to even like schoolyard Yu-Gi-Oh, right? For people like myself who were playing in early days when they did have like erratas like Skull Layer or Kaiku or Bazoo, where they eventually reprinted the cards later in the year and they had like different effects, or like Lord of D, where it's like, well, if you have this version, it does this, but if you have this other version, it does this. Um, which of course, like stuff like that was essentially just like a translation like error. So then, like, what is it, right? Like, what do you call that? It gets like really like finicky for like what is like an errata and what isn't. Like any like problem solving card text, it's basically an errata. Um, So I think like as a whole, it's good for the game. But like ones where they actively change like the effect to a significant degree, yeah, maybe they should have like something on the card to like signify like something else. Yeah, sea stealth. I have that deck with a fish sonar. Majerus Light. I really like Majerus Light. That's another card where I think um the 3D model kind of sucks of it, but like the art itself with like the green fire and like the terrifying like eyes and mouth and the snake and that like it's so terrifying looking. It is horrifying. Change slime. This one's pretty ugly. Like I don't think the rover is ugly, but this one's just like a big glob. Erratas are good, but functional erratas sink. I'm most especially because poison in video games. You can no longer use the original version. Yeah, I think Konami could have a better way to go about it. Not that they're going to. Um, but it's probably some sort of necessary evil. It's like I'm honestly surprised they haven't brought back for a functional errata a painful choice, right? But maybe having something where like you can't use any of the cards sent for like the turn or something like that, right? Or like you cannot target or ban it. Like some errata because like they're never going to bring that card back. So the fact that some of these cards like Crush Card and Ring they could bring back at the time that they did, um, to have people like play the cards and to allow like reprints. Because also think about like all the reprints we got of Crush Card Virus that we probably wouldn't have gotten beforehand, right? If it was still banned, because they don't reprint banned cards, typically speaking. Because why would they, right? You're not, people aren't going to play it in advanced, like the main one that makes Konami money. So like, I see why they do it. It's just one of those things that like yeah, like part of it stinks, but like there's a reason for it, and you can really get in splitting hairs into like what is what at the end of the day. Major Slight reminds me of Andros. There's a lot of those like hand ones. Like we talked one earlier, which was so many. What was it? The one with the two hands. Not as a thought. I talked about one that looked like a like a Kirby boss. Ah, it don't matter. It don't matter. Nothing matters. Lala Liloon? I don't think Lala Liloon is that bad. I mean, this guy looks like yeah, it's kind of like Krakow from Kirby. I think the thing that's like kind of bad about this are like the lightning bolts because it just looks like origami, like it looks like folded paper. Doesn't it doesn't look like lightning bolts. And I think they're going for lightning bolts, and it's the least lightning bolt looking lightning bolt there is. Genin. Also, I think I know Genin is, and I think Lalium might be one of those two, but I'm going to give Genin a pass because it was actually like a fan design. Um, like one of the earliest examples of like a fan submitted design. So like, yeah, it's going to look reasonably bad. I don't think that makes it ugly. It's just it's neat. I think if you look at it from that aspect, like I like the background. It's very like series one. It does not have a heart though. I mean, we can make a heart. magenta. A whittle heart. Heart from Mageni. Marks. She almost looks like Marks from Kirby. I don't know, probably one of like the weirder, freaky ones. At one point, I was working on like a list of like all of the like fan design cards in Yu-Gi-Oh. It's actually a very big list from what I'm aware of. But Genny was like an early example of that. Let's see, Bolt S Cargo. I mean, it's just like a creepy little snail. That's kind of, series one thing. That would be a sweet video. Yeah, there's a lot of videos I want to make. I only have so much time and energy, and also, it may or may not get a lot of views. I don't know. If like some videos I do, I'm like, oh, this people are gonna like this one, and it's like, nope, never mind. Oh, this one's kind of ugly. I'll be honest. Bolt Penguin. I hate the little like whip arms. Like, they didn't even try with the design, right? Do I make sleeves for the other cars in the OCG? Are you thinking of like the marine fin ones? I actually have, I believe, 15 of those. I found like a local card shop because that was a fan voted design because they chose like it was like a meme card over there. So I do have those, and honestly, I don't know where they are. I know they're somewhere. But that's probably what you're thinking of, that fan thing. Yeah, Bolt Penguin just like, I don't know, his feet are weird. It's like these weird like big eyes, and he's like whips for hand. Like I think this card is genuinely ugly. Yeah, lazy design definitely is much worse than bad design, and you would know. Your actual your actual. What would you like classify you as, like graphic designer, artist? What's the proper term? PC term. Bolt escargot. I mean, I don't know. I think it's freaky looking, but I don't think it's ugly. I mean, maybe like the fact that it's like his like floppy skin looks like a curtain, and then it's just like his head's oddly big. The shell's kind of neat. Like the background looks kind of cool. Designer, okay. I think some people may say potato, but I like to distinguish. It's all art, baby. Illustrator, illustration, El Capitan. WoW Warrior. We did talk about WoW Warrior already. I think he was. God, this Photoshop file is getting so big. Yeah, we're talking about way down here. Scream cheese from Hotel Transylvania. I think I've only seen one Hotel Transylvania, and it may have been the third one. I'm just gonna say I haven't seen them, just to be safe. Scream cheese is a pretty great name, though. I do like cream cheese. Any cream cheese lovers in chat? Also, Lead Lover. I know it's been like a year since we talked about it, but I did finish the Hunter x Hunter 99 anime last year. I have finished both animes. I'm caught up with both of them. I actually really enjoyed the 99 anime. I thought it was really good. For some reason, I thought it ended at the York New City arc, so I was surprised when it went to the Greed Island, and then it like did the whole arc. I'm like, not expecting that. General Cheese Lover. Ooh. Okay. Has anyone? Is it just? It may just be a me thing. Has anyone gone on like YouTube and watched those videos of people like opening cheese wheels? Like it's an art. Like you gotta have like a special like pick and like a know-how for that. Like, can I switch over to you seen it in person? I'm jealous. I would love to have that experience. It's a screen capture.
Pardon me.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have it muted. But did they show like the guy cracking the cheese wheel? No, I want to see someone. Where's someone cracking the? This is very important. It's not important, but I think it's absolutely fascinating. Like like look at these. They have these like special tools. Like I wish there was a class like I could take like a one night thing where you're just like, hey, we all get a cheese wheel. You pay like $100, and you just get a crack a cheese wheel. Like, am I crazy? Like, am I crazy if I want to do it? Like, look at this. It's a giant wheel of cheese. You could drive a car with this baby. The pioneers drove this baby for miles. Yeah, it's like carving wood. It is the artisans of the hardened queso. In the fromage frontier. Does anyone here have a favorite Rush Duel redrawn art? Flame Champion, OG spells. Moki Moki's pretty good. It's not too anything crazy. One I really like kind of archetype wise, is like new for Rush Duel. That like Soul Metal Rush Duel, even though I've never played it, are like the Zera cards, like Zera the Mant, like that Rush Duel one. Oh my gosh, that's pretty cool. If you ever seen that one, I need to look at Flame Champion though, because I'm actually a big fan of Flame Champion's TCG art. But like they have like a freaking wire. They like go down. Like I want those Zero the Man cards because like Zero the Man is one of my favorite cards. Jersey BLS, I have not. Okay, let's skip to it. Let's skip to the good stuff here. Okay, I'll have to look some of that stuff up like post stream for sure. Oh, they crap. Oh, look at this. Look at that. Imagine just shoving your face in that. Like Kobayashi. It's just he just gets a block of cheat. I am shocked how we haven't got speed duel or rush duels yet. Like I thought we were gonna get them like last year. I thought that's why they stopped speed duel. Like I love that. It's incredible. Let's see, looking up so the black luster Jersey ritual. Like what? So what's the actual monster called? Soldier Blackluster Soul Jersey. Oh, he has like a turtleneck? Like look at this. He's got a freaking turtleneck. Turtle. That's pretty hilarious. That's like a flame champion. Um maybe wherever this one is. Okay, it's similar. It's just more, smooth, I guess. Yeah, and then the yeah, jurisdictional. Like, why would they do like why? What made them decide to do this? It's silly. Yeah, the Moki Moki is pretty cool. Um, it's just like him flying like in the clouds at like an angle. It's pretty cool looking. But like the Zero the Mant, like I love Zero the Mant, but like the am I supposed to look up like the Rush Duel? Zero Rush Duel. Like look at this thing. Look how sick that looks. Where's the card itself? Um like Zero the Evil Fiend. Like look at that. That's badass. Like why aren't we getting this? Have my money. Like I can't play because I can't read Japanese, but I want the card. Oh, the normal Zero the Mant. We got like all the Zeras. Like they should have had like a Zero the Mant like speed duel skill, I think. I kind of want to design my own like skill cards. Like that'd be fun. Just have my own. When Speed Duel was first announced, I thought it was legit. Just like you can take like kind of like how Genesis format is, where you had like a pool of like kind of modern cards. You can just kind of do what you want with it. Um, but I think we could do like have like a custom Zero the Mant one. Maybe that'll be like a future stream. Some of the Rush Duel um does have like the stuff, but now they do have the what's it called overframe. Yeah, this overframe stuff that's like it was recently announced, and there's like different rarities like for this one. Like they have like ones for like all the ace monsters. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, like, I'm not saying I would like pick up like a ton of Rush Duel stuff, but like definitely like if they had like decks out, like I would probably buy some. Yeah, in the February 2026 for the OCG, another set for March. And they're like they're new cards too, like they're not the same. Also, what's up, CS? Um, like favorite hero shining Flare Wingman with his like eclair for a hand. Stars Dragon Victim Sanctuary. Oh my gosh. Like it's kind of crazy. Cyber End Dragon, the Decisive Strike Dragon. Like yeah, like I'm shocked it took us this long to get these. It definitely makes me feel really weird because I do like the normal art, but like you got to follow what other games are like doing that are clearly working. Um, people like their shiny cardboard and show more of the art. Like I feel like it's a win win. Except for the fact that these are like specialty cards and are going to be like really expensive. And by the time we get them in over here, they'd probably be a bit crazy on the price. Let's just say that. Like look at this Karibo. Like I'd be surprised if I end up getting any of these just purely based off price. Um, like I like how they look. Just because like they're not redesigning the entire card, right? They're not making it look like Rush Duel. Like you still got all the important information. That said, if they're doing stuff like this, why can't we get icons for piercing? and and just stuff like that. Um, but I digress. Like if they can do stuff like this, why not add more quality of life changes? But then opens the floodgates. Yeah, like the Rush Duel stuff would be cool as well for sure. If you just got that, yeah, Future Fusion Nova, like this looks cool. Like, come on. Like you still have like all like the text, you still have like all the information that you generally need. So like I'm happy with how they went about it. I'm interested like if this like evolves more, maybe to stuff like how like One Piece or like Pokemon does it. Um, so One Piece, pretty fun game. Hot take. Like they have had a lot of card layout changes like throughout the years, so it's again it felt a little like inevitable and a little bit like they're finally doing it, but it's not like every card is being like this, right? It's just like specialty stuff, kind of like how we have like ultimate rares and secret rares and quarter century and yada yada yada. But hey, it has been fun. But I do gotta skedaddle. Watch out. But yeah, thank you all for joining the stream. Though I had a lot of fun. I'm gonna try and be back next week, probably around the same time on Wednesday. If you have any ideas for like what that stream should be, whether it's like maybe something for like skill cards or like Legos or like Rush Duels or whatever you want, my Discord, just like let me know rough ideas. Nothing set, basically. I'm trying to keep these like pretty like chill, just like hangout streams, around like the 2 hour mark. It was a lot of fun. Glad to be back after a while. Had to kick myself in the butt to like do this. But I did it. Hooray. All right. See you all later.